Right now on ESPN Plus, Jeremy Fowler has an article breaking down overhaul projects team by team, all the different tiers, including those who had success this past season. So he lists the Ravens, the Lions, and the Bills as on the cusp. Let's start with the Bills. Their season was ruined once again by their nemesis, the Kansas City Chiefs, after they had dispatched to the Ravens. Now another offseason of soul searching. What is it going to take to get back to the Super Bowl? As part of their major shakeup last season, of course, they jettisoned Stephon Diggs. So what might Brandon Beane, the genius, have in store this season? Jeremy, what does your article say?
Yeah, Hannah, everything Buffalo does this offseason will be geared toward how do they break through in the playoffs. So that starts with pass rush. The feeling around the league is that they could use a little bit more. Maybe they take one of those big swings on a pass rusher around the league that's available so they can sack Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson more often. And then wide receiver, they did a good job collectively. They could probably use a little more firepower. They made that Amari Cooper trade. They didn't get quite the production they wanted out of that last year. They need a little bit more in 2025.
Sam, what's a priority for Buffalo?
Well, it's got to be the pass rush. They need a dominant edge player who can help get this team over the top. I think they were 17th or so when it came to sacks, 18th in the NFL, so middle of the pack, but the bottom half when it came to sacks. Their team leader had 8, Greg Rousseau. After that, Von Miller only had 6. And so you think about this. If you want to be a dominant team, Super Bowl winning team, what did Philadelphia do? They got after the quarterback with 4 people. And so if they can improve on their pass rush, whether it be through the draft or through free agency, that can help I'd argue the only weak point when it comes to this Buffalo Bills football team. They have talent at every single level. Offensively, defensively, they just need that dominant edge player that they didn't get this year.
Yeah, Sam and Jeremy are right. The edge has to be the biggest concern here. But I think the question for Brandon Beane is, what kind of swing do you want to take? Jeremy mentioned a big swing. That's exactly what they took after that 13-second game a few years ago when they signed Von Miller to a 6-year, $120 million deal that did not work out. Different reasons, maybe the injury, maybe it would have worked out otherwise, but the reality is it did not work out for the Buffalo Bills. And Brandon Beane, typically, not a home run hitter in free agency. He wants to hit those singles and doubles. They want to sign the Micah Hydes of the world and make them better, the Cole Beasleys of the world and make them better. So whether they go out and get a Josh Sweat, whether they trade for a Myles Garrett, that's one way they can do it. But Brandon Beane's history, outside of that Von Miller deal, is to take those singles, try and build up a deeper roster. Maybe that's the way they get there, as opposed to taking that big swing on that one superstar after it didn't work out with Von Miller.
Yeah, they haven't been to consecutive conference championship games since the early 90s when they went to those 4 straight Super Bowls.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.